Greg, how are you, sir? Doing well, doing well. Let me go ahead and start my screen share here, and then we're gonna go ahead and get started. Before we get started, though, did you have any questions for me? Gotcha. As far as opening a setup, gotcha, gotcha. One moment. Awesome. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's the ES you're looking at. Yeah, nice. Okay. Mhm. 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 Yes, and definitely correct. I'm gonna start my screen share. Yeah. Okay, so those are gonna be two different instruments. Um, So you could play either one. They're both really, really good to play. Um, but as far as overnight margin, okay, because remember there is going to be overnight margin in order to hold them overnight. And I'm going to see here one moment. Yeah, 100%. Yeah, head over to stackmode.net if you want a class too. But yeah, so MYM is going to require about, okay, so there's going to be a couple options here too. I'm going to send you this. It's going to be the margin list. Put this link in the Google chat. It's really important. Did you sign up for TradeOvate already? Okay. What's the other one? Okay, I see what you mean. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Okay, gotcha. Okay, gotcha. Okay. Because you would enter it on your phone, but you should be able to do the simulated trade if I'm not mistaken. Okay, gotcha. Gotcha. And also the cool thing too, you could really just enter on TradingView. So yeah, you could just all you would do is you would just come here. So this is my paper trade. So you would just come here, click on TradeOvate, and then you can connect your account. So let me screen share. Gotcha. There we go. Hear me? All right, cool. So here on your trading view, you won't even really have to open the TradeOvate app too much. You could just do everything from trading view if you want. That's normally how I do it. So you would just come down here, and then here's how you could do your paper trading too. But you would come down to this little arrow, and you would go ahead and click on TradeOvate. Then from here, you'd be able to log in. Yeah, put in your information just like that. Can get straight in. And then from there, whatever you're seeing on Trading View, you could just click either buy or sell, and or you're going to be able to do something like this. You're going to be able to just click buy, okay, and then when you put down your order, you'll be able to go ahead and drag your stop loss and your take profit, and then when price runs into it, so all you would do is right click on the screen, and then you would go ahead and put in the order that you want, okay. So let's say you could either just click buy in like this, and it'll buy, and then you'll put your stop loss as well too. Okay. So If you wanted to put in a trade, open up your trading view. Make sure you're logged in. So you'd log in the Trade08. So trading view, bottom arrow, and you'll see this open panel. You would click on Trade08. You would log in. After you log in, let's say you had a setup ready. Okay. So boom, your take profits here. And let's say you wanted to do stop loss underneath this support here. Okay. All right. Gotcha. So you want to mark out your setup first. Okay. Make sure you see your numbers to the right. Okay. Then from there, I would go ahead and click buy. Okay. Let's just say, for instance, I wanted to take a long. Okay. And I thought price was going to close right here. So if I wanted to get in a trade, I would make sure I'm logged in, click buy, and then you're going to see to the right these numbers that say exits. Okay. So then you would put your stop loss at the bottom of your support. So as you know, we're going to go through some practice setups and stuff like that. But you know, your stop loss would be at the previous area of support, of course, logically. So if this number here is 6817, then 0.50, then let me change this to 6817.50. Okay, and it'll tell me how many ticks and everything. And then I can set my take profit. If I want to close at this area of resistance up here. Okay, 6,892. So 6,892.00. Okay, so now I have it both set. I set my take profit and I set my stop loss. Then from here, I can just go ahead and click buy. Okay. Or what do you mean, sir? Because your take profit and your stop loss are set. Yep. 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 And it'll run. Exactly. Yep. Yeah. Yep. Until either one of those sides are hit. Gotcha. So it's gonna differentiate, and that's what I want to talk about too. So this is, for example, how it would look if I just got in a trade. Okay. So as soon as I click buy, you know, it put in the order. Okay. I have my take profit set up here and put my stop loss down here. Okay. And I'm in the trade. Okay. So futures is really hands off. You don't even have to touch anything. So as soon as you put down your bracket orders like this, then you're good. There's also going to be something too you could do if you didn't want to do the take profit and stop loss way over here to the right. Because on Trade08, log in, then you could do it like this. You could just buy normally. Okay. So then once you're in, let's say you're in a buy order. Okay, then the opposite of a buy order will be a sell order. So if you're in a buy order, you could easily do this. You could put a sell order down here at the stop loss, and then you could put a sell order at the take profit. Yep. Yep. Sell. Yep. So you see how we're in a blue position because we're in a buy. So if price hits down here below the stop loss, it'll sell. It'll sell the buy. Okay. You see how it says one quantity? Okay. So the amount of quantity really matters. So let's say I have two buys. You see I have two buys? Okay. So this blue number right here on your trading view is going to let you know the amount of contracts that you have. So right now I have two contracts. Okay. If I have a sell limit above me with only one quantity, If price hits this place, then I'll still gonna have one contract left. Okay. Same thing with this. I would still have one contract left. So since I have two contracts here, I want to make sure that my quantity for my sell limit is two contracts, because if price hits either of these lines, I want it to fully close me out all of my contracts. Okay. So if I have 4 buys, right, and both of these limit orders, that's what they're called, the automatic orders, only have 2 contracts on them, if I would still have 2 contracts running, even if price went past the stop loss or past the stake profit, I would still have 2 contracts running. So I want to make sure that the limit matches the amount of contracts that I have. Okay, because if price hits stop loss or take profit area, I want it to sell all my contracts. Okay. Mm. Yes. 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 Yep. So that's why I want to go and pull up right here. So let me go ahead and put this inside of the chat. Okay. Yeah, just put it in there again. All right. So this is going to go ahead and be the margin list here. Okay. So even if I want to just do CME. Okay. So here you're going to be able to go ahead and see all of the indices. Okay. You're going to be able to trade crypto futures. Okay. So crypto futures are going to have their own price. So every single futures contract is going to have its own price. So the day margin, it's going to be the amount of money needed in order to open the trade between, or I'll say you'll have to close the trade by 5 p.m. Eastern time. Okay. Because you can open the trade after 5 p.m. Eastern time, but it can't be held overnight unless you have that initial margin. Okay. So even if you open a trade at 9 in the morning, it has to be closed at 5 p.m. if you don't have the initial margin. Even if you open a trade at 7 p.m., because remember, futures is pretty much almost 24/6. Okay, so even if you open a trade at 7 p.m. and let it run overnight, it has to be closed at 5 p.m. the next day if you don't have the initial margin requirement. Uh, for CME Bitcoin. Gotcha. So there's gonna be CME. There's gonna be normal versions and then micro versions. You're gonna be sticking to the micro versions just because micros is also very new and it's a real big blessing too. But let's see. So normal CME Bitcoin will be 20,000 day margin. Okay, and then initial, yeah, and then initial is 113,500. Okay, yeah, yeah, about yeah. Mm. Yeah, and that's per contract. Yes, sir. That's per. Exactly. Exactly. Yep. Well, okay, so the initial margin is different than the day margin. So if your day margin, right, is $50 and you wanted to open 3 contracts, then you would need $150. But if the initial margin was $300, then you would need $900 because you have 3 contracts. So yeah, which majority of the time you will. Yep. Yep. For sure. For sure. Yep. 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 And Yeah, so these are no, no. So a lot of the time, yeah, yeah, I would have you have your initial margin, so you can just play normal, not have to worry about that. So yeah, so I'm gonna give you a good list. So one that you can play is a micro Bitcoin. Yeah, these are the pairs that you're gonna stick to. Definitely a micro Bitcoin, and then your MYM. Let me pull up the indices here. Okay, and then MYM here. The margin isn't bad as well too. It's only 1,500. Yep, right here, and it's a gotcha. Let me zoom in. And then it only requires $50 to open per contract during the day. Mm. Yep, initials 1,000. Yep, and then you could add. Yep, you could add this one to the list too. Okay, cool. So far we should have the MYM, the MBT for the micro Bitcoin, the M2K for the micro E mini Russell. Okay, yeah, 1 second. And then your liquidity on these, and then we also are going to have the TC. Okay. EC. This is going to be a Coinbase derivative. Okay. Then you're also going to have the. A lot of these times, these are downtrending too. So these are going to be pretty good to actually swing overnight and play, which is actually has low margin as well too. Hit some good trades on this. I have them on YouTube on the natural gas. So micro natural gas MNG. That's gonna be a pretty. Yep, MNG is gonna be a really good pair to play too, especially to grow your account initially. The margin is really really low, and it's a really really high liquidity thing that people trade. Okay. And yeah, so for the most part, that's gonna go ahead and they do have the currency pairs here too as well. Um, like micro British pound, things like that too. M6B. So gold. Let me see. Pull this up here too. M6B. Yeah, yeah. So before we get into it, so here's M6B. It's really really trendy. So here you can see a setup. Here price made a super low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. Okay, so we can see we're trending an uptrend here. Okay, each one of these bottoms are going to represent a low that we need. See how we're trending in, see up, down, up, down, up, down until we reach these points and then this point up here. Okay. Okay, up, down. Yeah, so no, the all-time highs should be up here. So this one still has quite some room to trend up to, but even with this, this trade here, I can see here we're heading in an uptrend. Okay, and this is only about a month of price action here. Okay, so we just fell down for a long time, and I could see price getting some buying back in the infrastructure. Okay, once you start seeing higher lows get put in, then what I would go ahead and do, for instance, let's say I wanted to enter in. Okay, look where I'm at. See here on like my 15-minute here. Okay. I can see price making all these higher lows. Okay. I like how price came up here to this little high here. And then we jolted down. And then we're coming back up again. So this is looking like a buy after a pullback. So you see how we had this bottom here, and then price jolts up. So price curl, price bottom out, and then jolt up. Okay. So here, this could potentially be a real higher low. So if I wanted to take my chances at this, right, I'll be able to do this. Stop loss underneath previous higher low support, because you see how price hasn't come below these areas of support, correct? Because if price did, then that means we wouldn't be going in an uptrend anymore. So I could do stop loss below the previous area of support. And then if I wanted to, could do take profit here, okay, for about a 1 to 2. And then, or you could do take profit up there for a 1 to 4. Okay, so let's see the staircase. On my 4-hour with it, bottom, low, higher low, higher low, higher low, higher low. Okay, I can go ahead and buy in. Gotcha. Well, it depends how many you have and stuff too. Let's say you just bought in right here. That's what I'm saying. It's really subjective how much money you have. So stop loss underneath here. Let's say you took the 1 to 4 all the way up here. So this is per contract. This has a really low margin. So this is a 1 to 4. So you would, whatever, just pay attention to the risk to reward. The numbers don't really matter like that because it depends on how much you have, but it's the risk to reward. So this would be 16 to make 64. So that's a 1 to 4. But if I up my contract sizes, I bought 10, then you'd risk about almost 200 to make almost 800. Yep. And this is actually a really, really good trade too. Excuse me? Gotcha. So yeah, you're gonna be using the trading view tool that we normally use. The long position. So to your left, I should have put that on your toolbar. So to the left, if it's not there, you can click these little arrows by this icon here. Should be the 5th one down. and then you'd put a star on the long position and the short position tool. Yep. And then from there, you would go ahead and see your risk to reward. So if it says 4 risk to reward 4.24, that means that you, all right, in the red box, yeah, yep, risk to reward 4.24. So whatever that number is after the risk to reward, let's say it says 1 to 2. All right, let's say I move it down here. All right, let's say I move it down to this take profit here. All right, so now it's a 1 to 2, about 1.96, almost a 1 to 2. So that means that if you risked $100, you'd be making 200. If it's a 1 to 4 and you're risking $100, then you'd be making 400. Okay, so that's how risk to reward ratio works. It just, yeah, it's just a multiplicative. Yeah, ideally you want to try and at least, yeah, try and at least catch 1 to 3s minimum. Yeah, because it gives your account just some good room. But a lot of times you're going to be sticking to the MYM, micro Bitcoin, and micro Russell. And then you can do your micro natural gas too, since it does trend down really, really hard. See, we're heading that super duper downtrend here. Once price starts getting bullish on this, then maybe we could farm this back up. But right now, we're sitting straight down. You can't see the levels down there, but this ever gets bullish again, like it was just in March. This is the daily. This is my daily. Yep. Yeah, a lot of the times you see me browsing, I'm on my daily or weekly. So even with here, price was just all the way up here in March. Okay, so we've just come down this little distance within the past couple of months. So once we start getting an uptrend on this, inshallah, we'll be able to go ahead and catch this whole sweep up, make some money. So gas is at like a good lows right now. But let's check it out right here. Micro E-mini Russell. Okay, let me break it down top to finish. So, all right, I'm going to go ahead and run through this without stopping here. Just breaking down the setup. I'm going to have 3 of them ready here. YM, Bitcoin, and the 2K. All right, so here's going to be buying at the right time. You want to buy after sellers are done selling. So sellers need to sell first, and you want to buy when buyers are buying. If you buy when sellers are selling, you're going to go ahead and just get destroyed. Okay, if you're looking to buy at the right time, we have to wait for pullback. We have to wait for price to form an area of support. Okay, so playing pullbacks is going to be really, really important. And here's going to be the things we have to look at. Okay, 1, you need to make sure that you're trading in a trending market. So if we're going to trade pullbacks, which is just price coming down, lower, and then going back up. That's all it is. So if price goes up, comes down, and then goes back up, that's a pullback. So you want to get on your weekly time frame ideally, or be on your higher time frames, such as your weekly, daily, or your monthly. And then we need to analyze the full chart. So I'm going to start off on my weekly here and get the full bird's eye view of absolutely everything. So I can see here on my weekly that price decides to trend upwards year after year after year after year, no matter what. Okay. We're still ending up at new all-time highs, regardless of how many dips that it's made. Now, the way that price works within a staircase manner. And in order for price to progress, it has to make higher lows. So that means that the new low that price just made is going to go ahead and be higher than the previous low that it made. If that's happening, then that means price is trending within an upwards direction. Okay. And you need to buy when price makes these areas of supports, also known as the higher lows. Okay, so I'm going to break down how we can time and what we're looking for. So you want to buy when market is down, so then you can profit on the sweep up. Once again, buy when market is down, so you can profit on the sweep up. So in order to do that, you have to be trading something that's trending in an upwards direction anyways. Okay, so get on your higher time frame, start off on your weekly, and look at absolutely everything. So my weekly here, I can peep. We have this low starting from 2020. Okay, and I could see here, we have not stepped back here since. And I'm on my weekly here. So I can start marking from the bottom of this low. And I'm going to go through and mark all the higher lows up until current price, just to show you that price is trending. So I can start seeing price trending in the upwards direction after it hit this 21,000 area here. Then price bounced super duper heavy. Okay, made another higher low here near this 26,000 area. Price came up, topped out right here. Okay, when price tops out, all it is making the left side of the V. Then once price makes support, it's making the bottom of the V. Our job is to catch the right side of the V. So even right here, you could see price come up, top out at this area, and then come down. After it come down, stopped right here, then bottomed up. Okay, price stopped up here. Price came down, and then bounced up, stopped right here, came down. Okay, so this is going to be a whole area in itself. Got price coming up here. Looks like price stopped towards this top, bottomed out right here, and then kept going. Right here, came up, stopped at this red candlestick, pulled down, made a low right here. Stopped up here, pulled down, made a new low right here. Okay, then over here, price decided to get underneath the lows. Okay, made a higher low right here. So even though we fell all the way down right here, it's still higher than this low right here. Okay, so that's good. So this higher low is still valid. Price was deciding to come in the cut here. Decided to bounce at the same area twice. We just still see price just trending, doing its thing. Try to make a low here. Kept trending up, kept trending up. Price came down. Okay. And this low is still higher than this low here. So we're still in an uptrend, regardless of how hard we're dipping. We're still in an overall uptrend. I have this low right here, this low right here, low right here. We can see price heading in upwards direction. Okay. Now, what is price hunting? Price is hunting these areas here, these areas of resistance. These are going to be the areas that price are hunting. Price can't make new all-time highs unless price breaks previous areas of resistances. So after market decides to pull back, okay, your take profit ideally a lot of the times is going to be an area of resistance above current price or an area of support above current price. So you want to wait for price to pull back, wait for sellers to stop selling. And once you've identified sellers have stopped selling, which you'll see, and a good indicator to know that sellers have stopped selling is going to be on either your daily or your 4-hour candlestick. After you see a candlestick make an abrupt stop on your daily and 4-hour, pay attention to the next candlesticks. If you're looking for a long trade, if price action decides to randomly stop in the bottom, and then you start seeing multiple green candlesticks going in upwards direction, then you know buyers are going to be buying. And ideally, you're going to be looking for around 2 to 6 daily or 4-hour candlesticks after an area of support was created. If you see 2 to 6 daily or 4-hour candlesticks going in an upwards direction after it makes an area of support, then that's how you know it's going to be true. Okay, and you want to be looking on your daily or your 4-hour, and you're going to be looking for 2 to 6. So even take this low right here, for example. Price decided to make this super low right here. Okay, and so here's the super cool thing. Market does all the work for you. You don't got to do too much. You just got to chill. Be patient. Okay. Pray to God and just live your life. So boom. Market made the left side of the V for us right here. Market came down. Sellers were selling. Boom. Made an abrupt stop. Okay. And here's how you know if it's true. The candlesticks afterward were multiple green candlesticks. So after that abrupt stop, I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so that went 4 green candlesticks on my 4-hour here. Okay, and then even on my daily, I would have had 2 green candlesticks at the bottom, and then I had 1, and then I could have entered on this candlestick here and caught the rest of the resistance fill. So let market make the left side of the V. Let market make the bottom of the V. And you could see if the bottom of the V is real, knowing and seeing what candlestick come afterward. Okay, take this example. You see price trending in a higher low scenario here. You see this low right here. Okay, price bottomed out. I'm on my daily candlestick right here. Okay, I'm on my daily. After it bottomed out right here, I'm looking for 2 to 6 candlesticks, either on my daily or my 4-hour. So I can see price made the left side of the V up here. It's about patience. It's really about patience. Market decided to come up, top out right here, and then fell all the way down right here. This is how I know that the bottom is real. Okay, I paid attention to the candlesticks afterward. Okay, so after this bottom got created here, and sellers were done selling, you could see 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4 candlesticks. And as soon as we got to like this upwards direction, I would have liked that. So I probably would have entered around like right here. Stop loss below the daily candlestick supports. And then take profit at previous resistance from where price decided to fall down from. Okay, because I could see price already made the ultimate support, and all I did was catch the higher low entry. So let's go and let's do a fresh example here and see if I could find the setup. So I'm going to pull up the micro Bitcoin. Let me analyze from start to finish. So I'm going to get on my weekly time frame here. Okay, great looking thing I'm looking at here because we're not at all-time highs. So that's why it's a great looking thing. If you're at all-time highs, you can't long. Okay, you cannot long at all-time highs. Don't do it. Okay, because price always wants to be chasing an area of resistance above current price. That's going to give a reason for buyers to step in. If there's no resistance above current price, there's no reasons for buyers to step in. So only play pullbacks, okay, because then you're going to be buying when buyers step in. It's going to be extremely, extremely simple. So buy after sellers have sold. So I can see here from all-time highs, heavy aggressive selling has been coming into place these last couple of weeks. Okay, extreme selling to the downside. We met up near this area of support here. Okay, met up near this area of support here, and we're gonna go ahead and see what this is gonna entail. So on my weekly here, we have a red candlestick. I'm get on my daily here. So on my daily here, start seeing price try to curl up, but it's a lot of mixed match candlesticks. A lot of green, red, green, red, green, red, not the same color. Okay, if these were just straight green candlesticks for the most part, heading in upwards direction, then it'd be a lot more definitive. But in this case here, it's very, very spotty, not direct big candles. Okay. Right after like this low, for example, okay, heavy green candles, 1, 2, 3, 4, heavy green candles. Even after this one, kind of, we had a heavy green candle here, had to run one. But then after this higher low, straight green candles. This one here, we hit this low, and then a green candle, then a red candle, a green candle, and then kind of a doji, and then a red candle. So this one, I don't believe is fully ready yet. We could see this could be a higher low in the formation, and then we could see if maybe this low wants to hold or something. This low right here. Price seems to be trying to find itself some support here. Okay. So this is why we scale down to our smaller time frames, just to see things a little closer. So we're going to go ahead and have this. We have this super low here. We got a higher low than that. So as you can see from this higher low, the V did get filled in from right here. So that's really good. So we'll see about this V. All right, because we're looking for a setup right now. So on the 4-hour here, I see price. I actually like this a lot, honestly. Even if I don't take it to all the way up there, this area of resistance will be fine. Same thing with this area here. Okay. Even if I wanted to just take it to this one up here, that'd be fine. So I like this a lot, actually. This is what I've analyzed. Is price making higher lows recently? Yes. Bottom, up, pause, down. Okay, and the pause that it made down is higher than the previous pause. So this high is higher than this low. Higher lows mean staircase trending in upwards direction. Okay, and we're buying after sellers sold. We're buying after all-time highs dump. So I like this a lot. Okay, I see higher lows being in place, and I think this is a new low being in place. Why? Because I have one area of support here. And guess what? I also have a whole nother candlestick. It has me so excited right now. Boom, whole nother candlestick. Boom, and I'm on my 4-hour here. Here we have 1, 2, 3, 4 green candles headed in an upwards direction. So get on my daily here. I could wait for one more daily candlestick to be green. Like if this daily candlestick closes green, then I would feel comfortable for sure taking it up to maybe like at least this resistance up here. Honestly, I won't be scary. Play big, take profits. I would at least take it up to this resistance up here for sure. So I need at least one more. I'm going to be patient though. Patience is everything. Don't just get in and be like, oh, higher lows, because sometimes your lower time frames could be your worst enemy. So on my 4-hour, do I like it? Yes. But we don't tunnel vision. You know what I'm saying? We need the real thing in life. So boom, have this super low being made, higher low being made, and then another higher low being made. Okay. So I have 4 green candlesticks on the 4-hour. I like it a lot. Okay, I'm going to decide I'm going to close all the way up here at these 2 areas of resistances. Right here. This is where I want to close. Okay, this is the strong area of resistance. You see how price marked it and hit it twice? Definitely not for no reason. So strong area of resistance, price has beef with. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is you can either do this too. But yeah, you can analyze your higher lows. And I can get on my 15-minute here. Four-hour. Okay, so either going to be looking for like a tiny little 4-hour wick. Okay, because right now the 4-hour candlestick is red. So right now selling is in place. Okay, so I only want to buy when it's buying. Okay, so right now it's making a little mini V. So I believe this is the top of the V right here that it's making with these 2 resistances. Let's get on to the 15-minute. You see these 2? Okay. So you want to remember, you do not want to buy when price is selling. So you would not buy right now on the 15-minute and the 4-hour. Price is heading in a downwards direction. But overall, we're in an uptrend. Okay, but you want to be buying at the right time, though, is the thing. You want to be buying at the right time. So right now, sellers are in place, but overall, buyers are in place. Okay, so to get that specific entry, you can scale down to your 15-minute, be like, okay, I could see these 2 areas of resistances. That's why price is falling down. Once you start seeing green candlesticks, or once you start seeing a green candlestick on your 4-hour or your 15-minute, then a lot of times that's how you know buying will be ready. But right now it's falling down from an area of resistance. I need to wait for these, wait for this candlestick to go from red to green to show me that buying is real again. Okay, I do not want to buy when selling is occurring if I'm trying to buy a pullback. That's just not what I want to do. It's not what you're going to be looking for. It's called a pullback for a reason, because you're expecting it to go back up and it's just pulling down for a second. So right here, sellers are in place. Red candlestick, price is heading down even on the 15-minute. Okay, now if I'm on my 4-hour and I get a red to green candlestick, then I would feel a lot more comfortable with going ahead and to enter. Because price might want to honestly fall down a little bit lower. I could get a little bit lower entry and save myself on some drawdown. But if this red candlestick were to go from red to green, that means buyers were to go ahead and be in place. And then from there, I should be able to go ahead and you can have your target all the way up there, for example. And then, you could do your stop loss under here. And this would be, give me about a 1 to 3. Okay. So this would be about a 1 to 3 here. Extremely profitable trade. Really nice trade. So catching your setups is about taking your time, really. It's about just seeing what you need to see. So I'll do one more setup here. So I hit on my weekly. And I'll mark out all-time highs, because this is going to be the most obvious place that we've recently fell from. So I'm on my weekly. Okay, not quite all-time highs. It's going to be over here. It's exactly what we get on the weekly. You want to zoom all the way out, see all the price action you can. That's going to be all-time highs. Then from there, I'm going to go ahead and put a line down at this new area of resistance here. Okay, the area of resistance where we're recently falling down from. I could see price making higher lows. Price has a super low here. And I could see higher lows being put in over time, which means that we are headed in a upwards direction. Okay, we're trying to get up here to all-time highs. So this is what I analyze here on my weekly. So on my weekly right here, the current candlestick is red. So we would not be buying right now. Okay, we would not be buying right now because we're currently selling at the moment. So we want to see if there's any reason why. Yep, I can see exactly why we are selling. So try and analyze why price is doing it, what it's doing. The price doesn't just do stuff randomly a lot of the times. As you can see on the weekly, I have this area of resistance here. You'll be able to see it a little clearly on the daily. This area of resistance is linked to this new area of resistance that just got created. So that's why price is falling in a downwards direction, logically. Now let me head over to my daily here. You're going to be able to see the curl a little bit closer here on the daily. Okay, price at the area of resistance that it matched with over here. Okay, price did some break and retest. Price came down and then wicked back up to the specific black line and then tanked down. Okay, so this is a very nice area of resistance that price likes. So we need to get back to this area though. So now this is so simple. It's the easiest way to play pullbacks. Just wait for sellers to sell first. So you can see that's why sellers are selling. Price at an area of resistance. So right now, sellers are selling straight red candlesticks on my daily time frame with it right now. I'm waiting for price to bottom out. Okay, and this is the easiest way to not get faked out. So people got faked out on this candlestick, for example. And let me head over my 4-hour. Okay, so this candlestick right here, people bought this and price decided to wick up and people probably thought they caught the ultimate bottom. You never want to try and catch the ultimate. Okay, you want to catch the higher low entry. So check it out by staircase. You see how this low is here? And then you have this low. Then you have this low. If I zoom in, I have this low. This low. This low. This one. Okay. So we could see price dumping in and making each of the higher lows. Go ahead and start it from all the way over here. Got price all the way down here. Support. Higher low. Another higher low. Price continues to just go in an upwards direction. Okay, we got these areas of support here. Mixed with this one. Mixed with this. Trending. All we're doing is buying the bottom, higher, low entry. Exactly, yes sir. That's all we got to do. It's just buy the bottom entry. See how these two supports over here are correlated with each other? Very cool. Let's check this out. Check out this higher low right here with the recent higher low that we just did. And then we're still trending in the upwards direction here. I'm on my 4-hour right now with it. Right. You can see we came down a little bit. Still this low. is higher than this low. And then we decided to trend up again and continue the higher lows. As you can see, we're filling in multiple of these. Each one of these pullbacks are a trade. Each one of these pullbacks are a trade. Boom. Pullback. Pullback. And it's the same parameters every time too. No. So boom, pullback. So now we just need price to bottom out at an area, and we need 2 to 6 green candlesticks. And once I start seeing that and price filling in the right side with some green candlesticks going up, I'll catch the right bottom. Okay. But right now, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. People probably got burned right here with these candlesticks. Yep. But if you get on your daily here, we only have 1 candlestick. So this is why you need your daily. This is why I say 2 to 6. So that's why your daily and your 4 hour is really important. You can't just tunnel vision on your 4 hour. You need 2 to 6 candlesticks on your daily and or your 4 hour. Okay, so right here, it was only what, 1 green candlestick on the daily probably, and then another one open red. So if we have 1 green candlestick on the daily and another one open green and we're heading in an upwards direction, I'm taking that. Stop loss below the lows, taking it to the highs. Gotcha. So a lot of the times I'm overnighting. So I'm always overnighting actually. So each one of the setups I'm overnighting because I can just focus on my higher time frames, which is the real bread and butter. And yeah, and that makes it really, really easy. And that's going to be how you can play pullbacks. So here, price is currently selling. I need to wait for buyers to step in. So I need 2 green daily candlesticks. After, once price makes this little bottom, and once I get 2 little green daily candlesticks, I'll be able to just throw my stop loss underneath one of the daily candlesticks and then catch the trade in the upwards direction. Did you have any questions? Okay. Okay. Okay, so you want to do, okay, you want to do a week and a half? Okay. Next Tuesday? Okay, one moment. The following though? Okay. All right, hold on, let me check my calendar. Yeah. So the 30th? All right, cool. All right, cool. Yeah, for sure. All right. Yeah, 100%, sir. I got you. All right. Yeah, yeah. On point, on point. You and Kel, you and your brother, you guys are on point. Yeah. 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 You guys are gaming, man. Ready to get some bread. Love it. Yeah, man, for sure. Okay. All right. So the 30th, I'm gonna talk to you then. You got this. Text me any setup questions and I'll talk to you then, sir. All right, cool. All right, thanks, Greg. All right. Stream. Y'all had to jump in today. Thank you for tuning in.